I always tell people, I'm so sick of hearing about how dirty hair holds better, blah, blah, blah. It does not. That is a myth. That is a complete lie. Whoever said that,
you hear that at home? It's fake. Don't do it.
Dry shampoo does not equal shampooing your hair. So please don't. Oh, I washed it 40. No.
We need fresh hair.
No.
Fake news.
Please don't. Grease and oil is disgusting. It smells. It looks terrible. It's extremely hard to style. Please do not do that.
Hi, I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Kaylee, and this is Shoot the Vows.
And today we have a guest. We have Kaylee Styer from The Beauty Stop. She is the owner, she is a hairstylist, and she's also a makeup artist.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Kaylee.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's so good to have you on.
Yes.
I'm really excited. So tell us a little bit about The Beauty Stop and how you got started.
All right. So The Beauty Stop, we are traveling hair and makeup artists. We do a ton of bridal parties, special events, things like that. Got started. I've been in the industry for about 22 years now. Opened up my own place 4 years ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Got a bridal team together. We have a bunch of talented girls that love what they do, and we want to make your day special.
That's
so
all you
call
can ask
us.
for.
Yeah, and we've worked together a few times, and you always
Yeah.
do an amazing job.
Thank you.
And it lasts.
Oh my goodness.
It
My
lasts
makeup
the
that
whole
I get
night.
done. Ooh,
It
that one time that
lasts.
we worked with you, and I went home and I was like, I can't take this off. I literally
Did you
still
like?
look
I want
stunning.
to. Did you text me? I want to sleep in this.
And then
sleep in this.
like a week later, I was like, so what did you use and how can I redo it?
Oh, that's right. You did
I
say that.
did.
That's right.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. So I always tell people, when you're looking for a hair and makeup artist, one of the things you really need to do is take a peek and see if their vision aligns with what you're trying to do that day. I mean, social media is a powerful thing. I suck at social media. I'm terrible. I'm a working
It's like
owner.
a full-time job.
Yeah, I
is.
mean, I don't take the time to edit. I don't take the time to pose my clients. I don't use special lighting. Like, I don't even put a special setting on my camera on my phone. I just whip it out, take a picture, and that's if I remember. So what you see on social media isn't always what you see. So just know that when you're looking at my page, you're gonna see
Authenticity.
yeah, right. You're gonna see mediocre.
It's like
at
worst
best.
case scenario.
See, but for me, like, that's what I'm looking for. I want to see the authenticity. I don't follow people who over edit. I don't follow people who overdo all of their stuff because that's not me. I want the authentic. I want the real and the raw.
And
Like,
you see a lot of, false
False advertising.
False advertising.
Yeah.
I don't want to call them that, but yeah, there it is. That's what it is.
With all the AI Photoshop and the
ton of-
editing and the
yep.
filters and
it's hard to tell sometimes what's real and what's not, so
100%.
take a look at the stylist, take a look at the reviews, because those speak volumes. Those aren't solicited reviews. Those are genuine. Someone took the time and said, you know what, this person or this team did a great job and we want to recognize these people, and took the time to post that. It wasn't me asking them, hey, I'm
Help.
help me. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been, what can I do? Thank you so much. What can I do for you? You know what the best thing you could do? You could tell a friend. You can write me a review. That's the best way for you to say thank
support
you
small.
and support me. Yeah, absolutely. Small business is hard. It's a saturated industry. There's a lot of us. I mean, you guys know that being photographers, I don't want to say we're a dime a dozen, but we're a dime a dozen. And it's tough sometimes to pick the right person. So definitely look at the reviews. Definitely schedule a trial with the artist. It's okay to do multiple trials. I mean, you might get to your trial. Everything is great. Your hair and makeup looks great. You love it, but you didn't like the artist.
And that's okay. You can find another.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
You can find it right. So it's like, you spend 6 to 7 hours with your hair and makeup team. Make sure that person meshes
someone you jive
well.
with.
Yeah, absolutely.
For
I
sure.
mean, there's been times where I don't quite mesh with a client, and that's okay. I don't take offense to that. You know what I mean? I might not be the right person for you, but the right client is out there for me. So I don't take offense to that. I'm a lot.
Yeah.
I'm to the point. I'm straightforward. You know what I mean? So make sure we mesh. You know, I do not get offended when Caitlin, you could say, hey, Kaylee, I don't like my lip color. Okay, we'll change it. You know what I mean? I don't take offense to things like that. I
But
don't,
you can't change and fix things that you don't know is wrong if they don't say something.
And what you think you might want, you do your trial, it can look just like the picture you showed. But on the you might hate it. You might not like it. And okay, now we know. Let's adjust the style. We can change the way we do X, Y, and Z. You know, a lot of times hair extensions, updos that show these beautiful long hairstyles with thick, full, right.
Yeah.
It's not her hair, it's packs of extensions. So, you know, trials are super important when choosing what style fits you and if the artist fits for you.
Yeah, and their personality.
Yep.
I think that's so important with every vendor that you're looking for.
100%.
You don't want a miserable photographer taking your photos or, you know, a cranky, you know.
See, but it could be just the opposite too, though, because there's some people who don't like the big over the top people. I know we're a bunch that are kind of big and out loud, and we're kind of a lot, like, and no hate to us, but some people don't want that. And that's okay. You can find somebody who's a little bit softer and quiet spoken.
I agree.
There's somebody for everybody out there.
Absolutely.
That is true. And then also it's so important to find inspiration that matches your features.
Yes.
Because you might have hooded eyes or you might have a totally different nose than the person that you're showing it, and it's going to look totally different.
Face shape matters too.
Yeah,
like I have a very round face shape, and if you try to do this really long oval, it's not going to work. Like my face just isn't made for that. And I feel like going to small artists, like they focus on that. They focus on your individual features that can really make you stand out.
I know that I do. I'm a very visual person, you know what I mean? And I'm very upfront too. So if, you know, you're super fair and you show me this Brazilian bronze goddess,
baby, maybe that's not gonna work.
you know, but you gotta pick someone who looks or has similar features to you. Same thing with with your hairstyle. If you're finding an updo that's blonde and highlighted and beautiful, and then you have dark brunette hair,
you're not going to get that depth and that contrast that you want.
And that style is not going to look the way that the blonde picture looked. So adjusting the styles to what you need is going to be huge. You know what I mean? Jewelry. I always ask, you know, what's the neckline of your dress? Are you wearing any jewelry? Do you have anything special for your hair? You know, those pieces make a difference too. If you have this gorgeous detailed neckline or back and you want to show off that
you don't
dress,
want your hair down.
You don't want your hair down.
Yeah,
you know,
you want that updo.
Right. You know, same thing with jewelry, with earrings. You know, I have a lot of times mothers will pass down different pieces of jewelry. If you're wearing a beautiful old studded pair of studs, like put your hair up, show off those earrings. Right. So definitely do the trial. Talk to your artist, adjust the styles if needed, or figure out what you got to do to achieve certain styles. You know, extensions are easy. We can add them in. If you need help with that, we'll help you. We'll walk you through the process. I mean, they can be very expensive. I mean, they can range anywhere from cheap $100 clip-in one-day extensions to thousands of dollars. You know, so picking a style that works for you, works for your artist, and works for what your final, you know, goal is going to be huge. So definitely do the trial. Do a couple if you need to. You know what I mean? You might come in and say, Kaylee, I want my hair up. And then we do your hair up. And then later on, you're like, you know what? Maybe I like this style better. Call me. We'll get you in for another trial. We'll make it work. You know what I mean?
Make sure that it's something that you want to do.
Absolutely. And I'm totally fine seeing you more than once. And actually, I actually love that because we get to know each other a little bit better and spend some more time. And we're going to spend a lot of time together on your wedding day. So let's be friends.
Yeah.
Right? So one of the biggest things I tell people about your makeup is do your skincare. Please, please, please do your skincare routine. Drink your water. Wear your sunscreen. Do all the things.
Sunscreen's important.
Yes, sunscreen is very important, especially for those ugly tan lines that some of these brides get on accident. Oh, I was on the boat and I forgot. Like, yeah, you might.
Yeah. Before my wedding, I wore SPF 100. and I had an umbrella on the
You
beach.
were not getting red.
I looked like a crazy person, but I didn't have any tan lines. I looked like a
Perfect.
porcelain goddess.
And don't spray tan before the wedding unless you've previously done it and you
Don't
know.
try new things.
Yes, do
Yeah.
not try new things. You
new
know,
products, new things, new hair colors.
Oh,
Yeah, don't
eyelash
change-
extensions. I have so many friends that get allergic reactions and then their eyes get all poofy. You don't want to do that a day before your
no,
wedding.
you definitely want to give that a good 4 to 5 days prior.
Yeah.
You were actually there with the girl who got stung by the bee.
Yeah.
Oh,
We actually saw her yesterday.
she's still on the podcast.
Yay!
Yeah, she's going to be
Is
on the
she?
podcast.
Yeah.
She'll probably tell the bee story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That was the first. I mean, as a makeup artist, that was the first. Having the bride get stung in the face by
Yeah.
a wasp, 20 minutes before we have to get
Yeah,
ready to go.
yeah.
well, we found out that 3 days later, she ended up in a hospital with an
She had
allergic
a-
reaction.
she had a
3
delayed-
days later.
Oh,
Oh
delayed.
She had to
my
take an
God.
EpiPen. Her face was swollen. She was telling us the whole story the other day at the minis.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
It was
Yeah.
terrible.
That's
I
terrible.
was like, but how amazing that it was a few days later
Right?
and not on her
that
wedding day.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah. Or
what
that
a
it was
blessing in
yeah.
disguise.
Or that it was
like-
her and not like her grandma and some,
Her, yeah, her grandma or mom, somebody
Yeah.
she said was very, very allergic, and it would have like taken them out.
Wow.
Yeah.
My girlfriend got married in June and she did like a 3-day shindig at a campground and she got either bit or something and her eye was
Oh, no.
not well. We had to call in emergency medication. Thank God on her wedding morning, like she woke up and it wasn't too bad, but
That's good.
it was scary. So always have Benadryl
And
in the
prepare
in
for the worst.
Yeah, right. Always have Benadryl or
An EpiPen.
an EpiPen.
yeah. Seriously.
Terrible.
Especially if you're having a garden wedding. We were talking about that on another
The
episode
bees.
because there's bees
Everywhere.
This time it was a wasp. And
But-
I always say
But
bees
where
are
did
nice,
that-
wasps are not nice.
That wasp came out of nowhere though. She was just out on the balcony, just
Yeah.
I'm just chilling.
chilling. She wasn't
Yeah.
doing anything, and
Yeah.
it came out of nowhere and got
I
her.
know that was
poor thing.
terrible. I remember picking it out of her hair.
Oh my
It
god.
was bad. But yeah, as far as prep, going back to prep.
Going back to prep, skincare routines are huge. If you do not have one, that's something that I can help you with. Your makeup is only going to look as good as the foundation. And when I say foundation, I do not mean makeup product. I
Not
mean
L'Oreal.
your
The
skin.
skin.
So hydrating your skin, exfoliating the skin, doing prep for facial hair, things like that, waxing your eyebrows, I will help you go over all of that to make sure, that you're on the right track. Water, drink your water. It's huge. I know people always say that, but it really does make a difference.
Yeah. Is there something you should be doing for your hair before your wedding?
For your hair, I would say not so much. Getting a haircut would be a great idea.
I need to be reminded sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
mean,
forgetful.
do trims. Face framing pieces. That's huge. A lot of these updos and wispy styles, you get the face frames. If your hair is long like yours and you don't have that, yeah, we can cut it in that morning, but it's a lot easier if you get a haircut before the wedding and plan for that. If I'm not your hairstylist, tell your hairstylist, hey, I'm going to be doing this style for my updo. Can you please make sure I have face framing layers or angles or whatever to prep for that? Definitely don't be changing your hair color. Don't do any drastic changes
no
as far as
drastic
highlighting
changes.
or, you want to, and if you do, that's great, but do it well in advance. So you're not having
like a few months.
a
Yeah,
couple
so there's
months. And then if I get blonde highlights and I love them, great. I can have them retouched up before the wedding, but give it some time, get adjusted to your new look. I mean, there's a lot, hair color and haircuts, and they change your appearance by a lot. So definitely give yourself enough time for all of that.
Yeah.
As far as prep for the wedding, I always tell people, I'm so sick of hearing about how dirty hair holds better, blah, blah, blah. It does not. That is a myth. That is a complete lie. Whoever said that, just
You hear that at home? It's
just
fake.
stop.
Don't do it.
dry shampoo does not equal shampooing your hair. So please don't. Oh, I washed it 40. No.
We need fresh hair.
No.
Fake news.
Please don't. Grease and oil is disgusting. It smells. It looks terrible. It's extremely hard to style. Please do not do that. I always give my brides a prep guide. Night before, please wash and dry your hair. Don't let a bridesmaid come to me in my chair at 7 a.m. for an updo with her hair sopping wet because she just took a shower. Now I have to do a blowout, which I'm going to charge you for.
Yeah, that's a lot of
And
extra
that,
time.
You know,
Yeah.
and that now you're taking up time that we don't account for.
Yeah.
So please be mindful of, you know, prepping your bridesmaids, because a lot of times no one told me. Well, I communicated that with the bride. You know, you need to make sure that you're doing your part too. I can only do so much. Us as artists can only do so much. So, you know, wax your eyebrows. Take care of your mustache. And listen, I have one too. So like, let's be honest, we got to take care of that. And makeup will cling to facial hair. Makeup will cling to dead skin cells. Yes, the peach fuzz, dead skin cells, any texture on your face, like makeup is going to cling to that. So do your part. Exfoliate, hydrate.
And going back to the timeline thing and communicating that with the bride and making sure they communicate that, how else can you make sure that they stay on time? Because I think
no hate to makeup artists, but I feel like they fall back the most. Okay,
listen, okay,
and because
I'll be honest,
it's at the beginning of the day, it kind of sets you up for the rest of the day to be rushing through everything else.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's been times where, yes, we've run over by a few minutes. It's never been anything drastic, but I mean, it has happened. Sometimes it's not even in our control, though. You know, there'll be times where, all right, where's Julie? Julie's nowhere to be found. Anybody, like, can we just get anyone over here in the chair, please? You know, people do things on that morning. You know, oh, so-and-so's getting coffee. Well, she's at the venue. And here we are standing here like, okay, well, time's ticking. We're still on a timeline. The photographer's going to be here in 4 hours. Let's go, you know. So I always tell people, plan. A good rule of thumb is an hour per person per service. You know, some artists are faster than others. Some clients take longer than others. So 1 hour is a good rule of thumb, depending on how many artists you have, what your timeline looks like. I do that timeline. I always ask my brides, you know, are you guys going to be doing a first look or a first touch? I personally love them. I encourage them. I think it's a great thing. It's beautiful. I've seen multiple little things that you guys have done, and it's awesome.
We're big fans of.
Yeah, I mean, I've even been on site when they've happened, and I really, really think that more couples should do them if you're not. Whether it be even with your dad, you know, I would probably do mine with my dad. You know,
any type of first look is really important.
Absolutely. So keeping that timeline, work with your artist, your photographer, know what's going, have an idea. Don't, and here's the other thing, don't let your wedding planner tell your vendors X, Y, and Z. I had a planner recently call me up. He had no clue what the wedding date was and no clue what the last name of the couple was. And he's trying to, I was beyond mortified because.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know how I am, because I'm like, guys, like, so I go, what? When you can tell me who you're talking about, you can call me back because I don't have time for this. Like, call me with a client's name or a wedding date so I can help you. Right. You know, I don't mind sharing a timeline. I know how long I need. I know how long our team needs. So if we can work together and make that timeline, you know, be on point, like, let's work together. Ask your photographer, you know, do you want to start at the end of getting ready? Do you want to start at the beginning of getting ready? Like, I've seen it where the photographer's been there from 7 a.m. until 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, wow.
So, I know, right?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Please don't.
Right. But, I mean, you got to figure out what you're looking for coverage-wise, too. Yeah. And that will help the timeline. There's always mock photos. You know, I can have your makeup finish. We could do a quick, like, little makeup brush, spray, pictures, whatever you need.
Yeah, I like to do those. I like to usually start as you're finishing.
Right.
Because nobody wants, like, bare face.
No. Like, and there's me as an artist, like, this is the kind of person I am. There's been times where I asked the photographer, like, can you come back in like 2 minutes?
Because let me finish what I'm doing.
Well, because like I'm messy with eyeshadow. I do my shadow first. So if there's
It's all
fallout
the
under the eyes
fallout,
and the
yeah.
photographer's over my shoulder, I'm like, can you please? No
Just
one wants
go
this
away.
photo. Like, can you come back in just a couple minutes? Or like I've stopped photographers before because no one wants that photo. I know
Yeah.
I don't want that photo. So
Yeah.
why would I want someone else?
Or if
taking-
there's like just foundation on the face and
Yes.
nothing else, it's like they just look like blank.
They do look blank. So have open communication with your vendors too.
Yeah.
And I always tell my girls, tell me, please. Like, if you don't like your lip color, please tell me. If you don't like X, Y, and Z, or you want to
Can't
try,
change something you don't know about.
yes. So, do your trial, talk to your artist, give them honest feedback. If you don't like something, you're not going to hurt my feelings. That's how I get better also. You know what I mean? As an artist, I need to know that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't ever think that you're going to offend me.
Constructive criticism.
Yes,
is a
and I'm my
wonderful
own
tool.
worst enemy because
Me too. I think we all
I
are.
can take any of my work, even some of my best work, and I can dissect it and be like, you know what, you could have done X, Y, and Z different. I'm hard on myself,
But now you know for next time.
But now I know right. So I always take all of that and I use it towards the next thing because it's like I'm not gonna hold that horrible energy and feel like crap forever. I'm just gonna do better next time, and that's how I run my business. All the way around, really.
I think that's a good way to run it.
Yeah.
So let me ask about, so you mentioned timeline. Do you set up your makeup and hair timeline for your brides? Or do they typically come with the timeline and you're like, well, I think we need a little bit more time here?
So I will adjust. I usually tell like I said, good rule of thumb, an hour per service. So if you're
What if they have like 8 bridesmaids and then like mother of the groom and mother of the bride?
and they want to get married at noon,
yeah.
they
Sounds like you know what we're talking
they
about.
want to be married by noon. No, but that's part of having that team. I know if we have 12 people we need to do by 12 o'clock, we're going to need to start at this time, and I'm going to need this amount of artists, and I'm going to need this many people ready for service each hour.
Mm.
And that I would rather add on extra artists and have, that a little, I call it the oh shit half hour afterwards.
Yeah.
Your wiggle room.
Yeah, the wiggle, that wiggle time is huge because,
always recommend that.
I broke a zipper, zipping up my dress. Oh, I did X.
I forgot this there.
I took my flowers out to pose with a picture and now I have water on my dress and I need to dry it. Or, oh my God, I didn't steam my dress. And here's the other thing with the steaming of the dresses. Can we please steam the dresses ahead of time?
Yeah.
I cannot stand when someone finishes hair and makeup and then is steaming dresses. Like,
now your makeup.
now your curls are drooping. Not so much running, but like,
No, but
just don't do
your makeup's too good. I'm not talking about
do-
your makeup.
That setting spray is a powerful
Yeah,
thing, right?
that I feel so good. But.
No, but like, now your curls are drooping because they've just been steamed. And like,
Yeah.
we don't always allot for a full touch up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we can touch up. We never leave a job without doing, touch-ups of lipstick, touch-ups of powder or whatever they may need, curling of hair, maybe a spray, adding in the veil for the bride.
Yeah.
A lot of times,
ordeal.
yeah, I mean, a lot of times people don't know how to install the veil. So if I'm not going to be the one to install it, I'll make sure that your maid of honor or your mother or whoever
you do it and
knows how. I'll show them how. I want that to be easy for you guys. I'm huge on making the hair and makeup process easy. I don't want my brides to stress about hair and makeup. You come in, you meet with me, we do the trial. Maybe we do a second trial if needed. Very, very rarely do I do a second trial, honestly.
Yeah.
I think I've done it twice
Yeah.
in 4 years.
But doing a trial on the day of your engagement party or your engagement photos,
yep.
That's a really good idea.
It is. And
Use that trial for something good.
Yes, absolutely. I mean,
if you go to somebody you trust.
Yeah, but sometimes
Yeah. Give yourself an hour or two just in case it doesn't go well.
It's like sometimes, these girls, they're like, no, we're not doing anything. I'm just going home. I'm like, no, make your husband, make your fiance
We're
take you
going out.
Go to dinner, go shopping, go like show off your face because you look beautiful. Like,
that's
get
true.
out there.
I actually went home Oh no, I was gonna go home and wash my hair immediately after my trial because I was like, I don't even want him to see how it's gonna look. But then I was like, that's so wasteful.
Yeah, and I mean it could cost you money, so like at least get
Yeah.
get a good
Hold it.
Yeah.
Hold on to it.
Well, I actually had an updo, so we just took all the pins out and it just looked like it was curled. And I'm like, this'll, he doesn't need to know everything.
And that's the other thing too. Like, I always, well, I shouldn't say always, but a lot of times, if you pick a half up, half down style, but you also have an all up style, like I'll start you off in the half up, half down, and then I'll go ahead and swoop you into the up style so you can see both styles. I mean, and then all you gotta do is pull a couple pins, like you said, and drop the hair. I do offer makeup wipes. I don't like doing the like, oh, here, if you don't want to show him, here's a what, but like, please.
I know it's so much. It is so much work.
It is. Well, it's a lot of work, and you just look so pretty. At least take a couple selfies for you.
I know.
Yeah, I know whenever I worked with you and I got mine done, I texted you and I was like, so how do I look like this again? What products did you use?
Can I sleep in this? Like, please don't be sleeping in your makeup. Please don't.
But I feel
Wash
so
your
pretty.
face. You sleep in your makeup?
guilty,
Caitlin.
Yeah, I'm bad.
Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear
Shame.
This
that.
mascara is from today.
Okay, good.
Shame.
Doing good
Yay,
today.
job.
Shame.
I get so tired. So yeah, that's all really important stuff, and using your trial wisely.
So, as a makeup artist, do you think that it's important for you to look into the photographer that like the bride's choosing?
I always ask. I ask all of my brides because I want to know who they're using. Everyone edits and has a different style, and I have to adjust certain things sometimes as an artist based on their style. I've worked with several photographers that have completely different styles, and it does change the way things look sometimes. The reason why I do this is because 4 years ago I did a style shoot, and it was a bride, and she was gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. I took a photo of her with my phone. I remember, like, I know what she looked like when I got finished. And then the magazine got published, and I saw the photo. And not that the photo was bad, but the editing style was a lot different. And it altered the way that my makeup looked. It altered all of it. And it, like, crushed me as an artist because it wasn't a good representation of my work. And
it's not your work. If it completely changed their features, then it's not your work.
I look back, and I always use that as an example to people if they ask me why, because that hurt as an artist, because I know what I made her look like, and I know
how beautiful she left your shop.
Yes. And when I saw the print, I was like, oh, my heart sank a little bit because it was good in a way, because it just gave me a learning opportunity. Like, check into things, go that extra mile. So I don't know if other makeup artists do that. I just know that I do, because I've worked in this industry for a long time. I've worked all aspects of it. I've worked with, different vendors for so many years that I care about those little details. And I think that's another thing that sets me apart. You know what I mean? I want to know so I can give you the best that I can give you.
Absolutely.
And that goes back to the whole AI thing and believing what you see on the internet. You see when you're choosing your hair and makeup artist, and you're seeing, they're soft touching the skin and they're doing X, Y, and Z. That also isn't a perfect representation of your work, or of their work, I should say. So do your research on that part of it too. I always ask, what time is your ceremony? Are you doing the first look, first touch? Like, asking those questions and getting a feel for what their day is going to look like matters to me, because I want to take that stress off of the bride. We're solid on our end. You know what I mean? We do this every single weekend. Every weekend we are traveling, we are on the road, we are at a different venue, we are working with people that we've never seen or don't know, and we go into it kind of blind sometimes. You know what I mean? They'll say, hey, we have 8 bridesmaids. Okay, great. And we show up and we just produce great work on these bridesmaids, whether we've seen them, whether they're light, dark, medium, purple, whatever the case may be. You need to know how to work with all skin tones. You need to
100%.
know how to work with all hair types. And experience speaks volumes, so.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's all really good advice. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Except Kaylee at the Beauty Stop is doing a special through the end of December for your
trials, bride trials. So to celebrate our 4-year anniversary, I have put together a package to save on some bride trials. So you can get a hair and makeup trial for $25 off until the end of the month. You must book by, oh wait, it's not even the end of the month. You have till the end of December to book. You don't have to use your trial by the end of December. You just have to have it booked by the end of December.
Oh, nice.
With
Perfect.
a deposit. Holiday time is crazy, so I'm not going to put that pressure on anybody.
That makes sense.
So as long
Or
as you make a
yourself.
deposit and we get something on the books, we are offering a special on the trials. So
for the 4-year anniversary of the Beauty Stop, we're doing $25 off. Go and check her out.
If you're in Central New York. If not, fly here.
It's worth it. It's not worth it.
Listen, I travel. We travel. That's the other thing. People, if you paid me the travel fee, I'll come. I've gone
I'll be
to
there.
Florida numerous times. Been to Florida for brides. Pennsylvania. I'll
That's
go. I love
awesome.
traveling. Let's go.
People ask me if I travel, and I'm like, anywhere that my passport will take me.
Right, exactly. Why not? It's an awesome experience.
Well,
so.
and again, I can't rant and rave enough about how beautiful I've looked whenever
Thank
I've
you.
come to you. Like,
You've done my
such
makeup,
an
too.
experience.
I know. Oh, that's right. I have done your makeup.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ray Taryn.
Yeah. We love Ray.
We love Ray.
Is she going to be a guest?
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
We haven't talked to her about it.
She might be.
Maybe.
But thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah,
And then, as always, guys, if you have any comments, questions, or any topic requests, just drop them down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching.
We'd love to feature any of your ideas.
And our next episode is going to be about making your guests' experience incredibly memorable and special. So stay tuned for that one.